Hello, welcome to Zach and create some Wizard of Legend tier list. That's right, we're going through the tier list meme today, so I thought I'd start off with an easy one, which is ordering the bosses and mini-bosses by their difficulty. So first things first, we got a couple we just got to slap in. Freya's the easiest boss, I don't think there's any arguing there. She's got, you know, like the easiest patterns to dodge. Even someone as simple as me can take on third biome Freya with some level of regularity. And then, of course, we've got the hardest boss, in my opinion, which is third biome Atlas. He deserves his own tier because he's the worst. He attacks very fast. His patterns are crazy. They cover a lot of area. Boy, oh boy, do I hate Atlas. So starting with the easy ones, let's just work our way through the mini-bosses, and then we'll go back to the council members. So this is Counter Rogue. I'm going to put Counter Rogue at a solid medium. Counter Rogue, especially early, is kind of a joke. You just stun him when he's stealthed, and then you kill him. But like Counter Rogue late, especially when the rogues start doing like that dual slash, when you pop out Counter Rogue is like, he's hella hard actually. So I think overall, medium over the course of the run. If you see him in like Surah's, like the room before Surah, you're kind of like, ugh. Strafe Archer, I'm going to keep this in difficult. We're going to go, these are going to be organized kind of like from least difficult to most difficult in the rows. But so yeah, I'm going to put Strafe Archer as medium. Early Strafe Archer is, you know what, actually no. We're going to difficult. Early Strafe Archer is still kind of a pain in the nuts. And, like, you know, late Strafe Archer is hellish. It's such a mobile boss. Plus, you have the terror that is, like, if you get caught in one of those lines and you don't have a relic, that means you don't take another hit. It's really easy to get tagged with another and wind up kind of, like stun locked a little bit. Summoner is, Grand Summoner, honestly, is Freya level of... Like, when you see Grand Summoner, you smile, right? Even like the late game Grand Summoner, it's like those lines come fast and it's kind of tough. But like honestly, it's just not that bad. I'm a big fan of Grand Summoner, but I would say that Freya is still the easiest. That's right. That's how easy Freya is. Freya is easier than this mini boss, almost always. Okay, third biome Freya maybe not, but Freya generally. Crash Knight is going to be a medium. He thwomps. He chunks. He slaps and he claps. That's what he does. He's good at it. He comes fast sometimes, but honestly, you know what? We're going to bump him to an easy. I've died to Crash Knight fairly often before, but like it's just because he hits really hard. Like, it's not, the fight's not difficult. He just does a lot of damage, you know? So that's how I feel about that one. Bursty Boy. Bursty Boy is going to get an easy. I get bodied by this boss far too often, but honestly, the number one strat for Burst Mage is, like, just don't get hit and then kill him in due time. Also, talking about ads is important. Strafe Archer's ads are a big part of what makes them difficult. And we're talking 0 skulls here. Because if you 3-skull Strafe Archer, you're insane. You have a problem with your sanity. In that you don't have any, that's insane. But yeah, so just in terms of ads, Burst Mage's ads are really forgiving. Fleet Lancer is gonna be it's gonna be a medium. We're gonna do one of these though. I think that it's easier to fight Fleet Lancer than it is to fight Counter Rogue. I'm pretty sure anyway. Fleet Lancer, his ads can be tough because it's those guys. If you don't have a good Conqueror Relic, you're kind of sad. You know, if you get... There's a lot of builds where if you get trapped in his like super blitzy one where he like stabs a ton, like 1,000 stabs, it's going to be... You're going to have a really bad time, I think. Honestly. Crash Knight is straight up and difficult. He is easier than Strafe Archer, though, but his ads make this fight just terrible. Especially late game. You know what? We're gonna put these all in their third biome version. We're gonna count all of these as their third biome. The list remains relatively unchanged. Crash Knight in third biome is like those mobs, man. Like himself, he's not that hard, but the mobs, they just chase you down and beat you down, and it's hard to find a point to stop and stand still and actually blast some damage. So it's like I put him in difficult for sure. Which leaves us with the council members. So we'll go Shu first here. I think Shu is a medium to easy. Honestly, I think he's a little bit easier than... We're going to actually put Crash Knight as the kind of the harder one. And we're going to put Shu... No. Yes. Like that. Shu is not as hard as Crash Knight, but is harder than Burst Mage. That sounds right to me. Shu is probably the easiest council member that isn't Freya. I think personally, that's very true. Once you learn his patterns, it's like, you might get hit by the ult, but honestly, it doesn't do a lot of damage, so it's not a big deal. You know, and if you get caught out, like you get caught out, you can die. And maybe actually the caught out potential puts him in a medium. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have the put out. Because if you do get caught by like one of his wind effects, you don't have any relics that counteract that. It can be pretty awful because you just kind of get womboed until you die, which is a theme that we're just going to straight up repeat here. Like Thunder Twins is the same thing. The fight is honestly not that difficult unless you get caught out and then you lose. So I would put Thunder Knights. If I could split the Thunder Knights, I would put her in difficult and him in Freya. Like the brother or whatever does like nothing. He turns into a toaster, and like he shoots lightning at you. Oh no! What a time! But yeah, I think overall, I think Thunder Twins and Shu occupy a similar space, which is easier than Counter Rogue, but harder than Fleet Lancer. Okay, and then we'll go Zeal, which is just right down here with third Biome Atlas. Actually, you know what? We'll put it. It's not nearly as bad as third Biome Atlas. Zeal is tough until you can figure out timing when to get damage through. Recently, I've been doing better at that, but like it is still horrible a lot of the time. Sometimes you just have to like skip a damage cycle because she attacks so fast and then she recovers so fast into attacks. There's very little downtime with which to get some good damage in. So if you have a weaker damage build, like it's a slog. It's an awful, awful slog. If you have a high damage build, it's still a slog. You know, like it's like Zeal's tough, but it's not really that she's learnably tough. I feel like I get just absolutely shreked by Atlas way more, and then Zeal, like, yeah, Zeal's tough, but not that tough. And then Surah, I don't even know, man. Surah's somewhere in this space. Let's just say that Surah is easier, but in a third Biome Atlas situation, just because I'm so bad at the fight. Surah attacks very quickly and then dashes during downtime. So it's if you don't get the kind of damage stun on him, like, or her, whoever Surah is, if you don't get the damage stun on them, it's like the level of GG that it is impossible for me to deal with. Like some builds, like my most recent build actually, which was the Reality Stone kind of Infinity Stone build, was like, so Nevez's Ruby. Like when do you get how do you get a meteor cast off on Surah? Like you have to get a good damage stun, and that's it. Anyway, guys, this is my my tier list. The video is not very long because there's not very many mini bosses and bosses, but I hope that you like this kind of content. If you do, you know, let me know, and we'll keep doing it. But yeah, for now, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.